like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Colby Rebel Show. I am your host, Colby Rebel, where my goal is to bring your loved ones a little bit closer tonight. So I hope you are all doing well, settled in, and ready to have your finger on the trigger of the call line. So please feel free to give us a call in here, 310 997 4966 310 997 4966. We have a great show, lots of callers. We're going to get them all in as much as we can tonight. And really, allow yourself to enjoy. If you have that psychic question, what is it? What do you need to know? Where do you need a little bit of clarity in your life? And of course, connecting to those loved ones. We sure do love doing that. And it was so great last week. We had the caller call in with her son, and it was so wonderful. We're talking about the birdhouses, and at first she couldn't quite connect to the birdhouse, and so I kept saying, "No, he showed me a birdhouse," and sure enough, she says, "Oh, it's the trim on the wallpaper in his bedroom." Well, what was really cool is we put a little clip on Facebook, and then she put a picture of what that wallpaper looked like. I just loved it. It really made my day. It just was the cutest thing to kind of see that and to see how clear he was in saying, "Hey, Mom, I'm right here. I'm still in my old room." So we do love that. And that's just where we are, That's kind of what I'm talking about, though, when I'm kind of saying, hey, listen, keep yourself aware and open to what they may be giving you. Sometimes we put what we would perceive to be obvious things that we want them to give, and yet sometimes it's something different or subtle, and it's to pull you in a different direction or to maybe make you look at something different. And I want to actually share this because a lot of times people will say, hey, why didn't my loved one give my nickname? Or why didn't my loved one give me a specific date, for instance, or their full name, or the last four of their social? Well, they know better to not give me the last four of their social or their credit card because I might go shopping. Just kidding. But what happens is I really sit on this, because a lot of mediums, and I am one of them, I really surrender. I surrender to what spirit gives me, and I don't try to force it. Now, as I'm having that connection, I may ask them some questions around it so that maybe it helps give me a little bit more clarity, or we find out more of the significance behind something. But I certainly try not to force it. But as I was going for a walk the other day, it kind of dawned on me, you know what it's like, everybody? Because again, and I can't speak for all mediums, but one of the things I heard as I was developing, and then I realized it really wasn't quite true, it's just what I heard, is someone will say, well, spirit will talk to me no differently than you are talking to me right here. And I understand why they would say that, but I don't necessarily agree, because I don't believe spirit speaks to us so linearly. That would be easy, right? Then why would I not be? What's your first name, middle name, last name? How old are you? What happened to you? What are you wearing right now? What's your favorite color? I would be able to have that easy conversation. And so we do hear spirit, not all of us, but some people hear spirit. That makes you clairaudient. So if you hear them, okay? So I hear them and I hear their voice, but it's a little like pieces. It's not always super linear or super fluid, which is why then I have to kind of get a picture, get a feeling, and try to interpret what it is I'm getting and what it means for you. And so it's kind of like a little baby, right? You know, when little babies are trying to talk to adults. So, and then adults will talk back to the baby as if they're fully understanding everything the baby is saying. But you're catching only a couple words, or you're catching a couple meanings, and then you're putting it together as to what that baby means or what that baby is trying to say. It's actually more like that. So if you are developing and you are learning, I want you to be a little easier with yourself as to why doesn't it sound so 100% like a recording for you? And that's because, you know, and I believe that happens. So it's like glitches or patches, and then we put it together, right? We get that interpretation as what they're showing us or what they're giving us, and they will do it in various ways. So they'll do it through giving me pictures, and those pictures may be something with my physical eye outside that we all could see, like a sign, or it may be inside my mind's eye, my imagination, or my hearing, the same thing. It could be a physical sound outside, or it could be inside my head. And then, of course, that feeling. So, that's why you kind of think you're crazy if you're connecting, because you're like, why am I getting this? So, understand that that's completely normal. But then take that time to unfold that kind of those bits of communication. And then you string them together. And then that's what helps make it more fluid. That's what helps make it more of that conversation, that when people are saying, yeah, they're talking to me just like you and I are talking, they're talking about that ability to interpret and to string those bits together to bring in that message or to bring in that image. Okay. So that's a little bit of how it works for us, and for most of us anyway. Obviously, everyone is different, but encourage yourself to do that. So maybe next time, if you're trying to connect or you're doing something and you're getting like a glimpse of something but not a full thing, try to ask then, is there something more around it, or could they show you a bigger picture of it, or is it connecting to something else? And you might get a little something else that then helps you build on that conversation. So, anyhow, that's kind of, just thought that might be helpful for any of you out there blossoming and doing your own thing. um, but, you know, and a couple things coming up that I do want to share. One is just actually coming up this Tuesday. So we don't have much time, you guys. This is Spirit Gathering. This is an online event. This is me talking to your loved ones in spirit. From the comfort of your home, you can watch and you can join. And it's only $20. Again, I've been working hard to make things as affordable as I can during these times, to give you an opportunity to enjoy yourself, do something fun, get that healing, get that message, but also being reasonable on the pocket. Especially right now, we could all give back, right? So I do have that coming up. And another really, really fun thing I have coming up is the mentoring. This is private mentoring. Private, this is it, you and me. It is one time a week for 4 weeks with homework. And the other thing about it, I have one spot left, you guys. One. That's it. One. And I can't really go more than that because I get too full with regular appointments and the classes that I have and all of that. So one spot left if you want to claim it for you. Now, here's a little special something, really special. Again, you know, just kind of even going into how I opened up the show tonight with helping you with that mediumship. Let's just say you don't even know if you're a medium and you're not even there and you just want to listen and you want to enjoy. You don't even know if you're psychic. You don't, but you kind of feel like you're getting some signs, or maybe you're seeing repeating numbers, or maybe you're having vivid dreams, or maybe dreams that come true. Okay. So this is your intuition. All right. Now, I am very, very excited to offer intuition. All right. So this is an intuition power hour. You guys, this is free. Okay. Free. It's 1 hour long. It's online, and it is Tuesday, July 7th, and it's free. I can't get any easier on your pocket than that. So you got nothing to lose by signing up and joining in with me, okay? Just my little thank you to kind of give back and to help us, okay? Now, one of the coolest things too, I wanted to share this, and I'll put it in the Facebook later. I didn't have an opportunity. But do you guys remember Story calling in a couple weeks ago and then talking about the passing of her friend's father? And I really felt like she was a messenger. Well, she was so kind to send a message. Sure enough, she did have that dream. Sure enough, this is crazy. And she sent me a picture to prove it, which we all love. So if she's listening, Story, you post it, Sweet Pea. And if you don't, I will go ahead and post it later. But she was telling her friend about it. She told her friend about the pennies, asked her friend if she'd seen pennies. And then her friend was like, well, I think there might have been a penny under the gardening stuff. Like I was raking and gardening, and she went back out there. So this is something she would have missed. Okay, this is not something she noticed until Story brought it to her attention. She went back out, and you guys, right under the pile, there's a penny right there. So sure enough, if her dad isn't trying to speak to her. And the craziest thing, I know you guys, I've told some of you, and I love this spirit thing that I like to do. Sometimes I'll give you something that spirit gives me. Okay, so I'll give it to you, or I'll give it to a client in a private session. And sometimes the client can't quite take it in that moment. And I know for a fact, Spirit's going to give it to me in my own life, either the next day, maybe later that day. And it's really just this fun game they like to play. Like, yes, Colby, that was right. You got it. Well, if you also remember with this particular story, with Story, I said the father I felt like would fly a kite with the girls. And she said, I don't know 100%, but I could totally see him doing that. Well, the next day, I live in this kind of small complex. It's not a big park. There's nothing there. It's a very, very small courtyard. There is a father there with a couple very young daughters. Guess what he was out doing that day? Happened to be out flying this tiny little kite with them. I could not believe it. I was like, oh, see? And then I knew it was him. And then we've got Story validating the penny. So this is how much fun it can be. All right, so all of you who are saying, I don't get anything, they're not giving me anything, you have to remember to be careful to not rake it all up without noticing what's underneath. Because sometimes it's there, but we're too busy, or our awareness isn't open to it, so we're not seeing it. So again, that's what I mean by sometimes those subtleties, right? It's those subtle things that lets us know our loved ones are around. So, all right, we're gonna get into these call lines. I hope you guys are ready. Here's a couple things. We all know the rules. We all know it, right? Let's just keep it in a quiet space. You guys are doing fabulous, right? So fabulous, fabulous. Put yourself in a nice quiet space. No speakerphone. It just doesn't work. We have got too many moving pieces here, okay? Listen to your area code and be ready, and know what your question is. And if you've just gotten through in the last few weeks, please, please, please hang up. Let's let someone else get through. And if you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and hit that share button with me, okay? All right, so here we go. Let us see who is some lucky, lucky people. Here we go. All righty, here we go. How about this 707? Hey, 707, you're on the air. Who is this?
Oh my gosh. Hi, it's Angel.
Hi, Angel. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hi.
I can. Can you hear me?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, what can I do for
Sorry.
you tonight?
I had a question. If I'm wondering if somebody has a message for me, because I keep feeling raindrops on me.
Oh,
like for
that's so
several years, like
interesting.
at least 5 years.
Wow.
So I'm just like, it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, that's really, really interesting. Well, this is kind of unique, Angel, because there's just two things I got right at once. One thing, Angel, would you happen to have a grandmother in spirit? Do you understand a lady that would be a grandmother for you on the other side?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. And it's been about at least 5 years since she's transitioned. Am I right about that?
Yeah, even more than that. Yeah.
Because I felt like
I have 2.
okay, well we'll figure out which of these it is, but my first feeling was a grandmother for you. The other interesting thing is that you are being called by spirit a lot. So, but I don't feel that that's the raindrops, okay? So let me just try to do this quickly, okay?
Okay.
The grandmother,
Okay.
there's a grandmother. I feel like there's a grandmother. She may be a little more heavy set. Like maybe one's a little more heavy set than the other one, or there's just something about her that
Oh
makes.
my gosh.
Does that make
My
sense?
dad's mom. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, and I
Sorry,
feel
I'm so excited.
no, that's good. That's good. And she gives me now. You understand her though to be very like an affectionate lady. Am I like she's not afraid
Yes.
to touch people or hug people or get up in here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because,
Absolutely.
yeah, and then there's also this interesting thing. Do you would she also have been somewhat religious? Does that make sense, or do you understand just maybe a sense of God with her, like a cross in the house?
I feel like I didn't get to know her enough. I
To
knew her
know?
really young, so I'm not really sure, but I feel like she would have been.
Angel, do you happen to have a cross in your house, sweetie, or a cross that is around you in your surroundings?
I don't. Not that I can think of right now, but I know that I have one somewhere. I had a
I
cross
know.
necklace somewhere.
Yeah.
But I
Okay, good.
lost it.
Okay, and then there's this other weird thing too. I think this she's showing me right around you, like so. Look right around your surroundings. Is there like a figurine or I don't know if it's an angel. I know your name is Angel, but there makes me feel like there's a little bit of a figurine around you. I don't know if
Yes, I have angel figurines right by
okay.
my bed.
Okay,
Like
thank
3 of
you.
them.
Yes, thank you. Okay, that's what she's
Yeah.
talking about. So she's letting you know, and it's almost like she is your guardian angel. Do you know what I mean? There is this sense of wanting to protect you, this sense of being around you. But there's also this drive where she's getting you to connect to spirit, okay? She's helping you.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's really, and it's
I
interesting.
knew it.
Did you mention to me trees? Did you happen to say trees? Or I don't know why I keep feeling like you're hugging a tree or there's raindrops and you're near a tree or there's trees. Did you say tree?
I didn't say tree, but that's funny because I have a thing about trees.
Oh, okay. That's it. Okay. See, sometimes I get confused.
But I was by trees the last time it happened. I was sitting in a chair surrounded by trees.
Yeah, exactly. So see, she's letting you know. See, she's taking full credit for this, full credit. And it's this thing where what she wants you to do is to look up. Like it's like look up. And then I feel like you're gonna feel her presence even more. Okay. And just know that there's all that love around you and there's all that connection around you. Okay, honey?
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Lots of love to you. I hope
that's so amazing.
All right. Well, lots of love, and you have a beautiful night.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye, honey. Okay, there we go. I love it. I love it. Okay, so here we go. How about 714? Hey, 714, you're on the air. Hi there. Who is this?
This is Karen.
Hi, Karen. What can I do for you tonight, honey?
Well, I don't know. My daughter just told me call Colby because I might be able to just hear from her.
Oh my goodness.
It's so odd.
Wow. See, isn't that crazy? Okay, so there you go.
Well, and I've listened to you.
All right. So you would understand now your daughter, and your daughter's in spirit. Am I correct, Mommy?
Correct.
Okay. And you would understand her. I think you knew her well enough to know her personality. Like I feel like even though she's younger when she's passed, she's got enough personality. Does that make sense? Like her personality is established. Like because she's like a fireball, like a little fire pistol.
That's her.
Like,
Absolutely her.
I think you're more laid back, and she's more like, let's go, Mom, let's go. um,
That's her.
and
And she's
always,
still doing that to
oh,
me.
yes. Always like kind of pushing you. Like, I feel like she's pushing you. I feel like she's nudging you. Definitely giving me that sense around you. Okay. And she's
Okay.
yeah. And she gives me this feeling around, where lots of energy with her. Lots of energy with her, and lots of I've got a quick passing with her, though. Am I right? Because I just feel like with everything,
So quick.
it just feels like everything with her is quick. Like she just lived life quickly anyway. What's interesting, Mom?
Oh.
I think she came into the world quickly. Am I right? Like either she's premature or that maybe the labor wasn't real long. Like she was just tired of being stuck in there.
Yeah. No labor. Just a
just
C-section
shot out.
and out.
Yeah, just shot out of there.
You did.
Yeah,
You did. And never stopped.
Now the weird, she keeps giving me fire. I'm not sure why she's showing me fire. I feel like I wonder if she's trying to tell me if she's a fire sign or, would her, I don't even know fire signs. So is there a connection?
I don't either.
It's okay. Is there a connection to the month of March or April for you? Either March or April for a birthday or celebration?
My birthday is April.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And then there's a sense too where I feel like with her, now she's bringing me to the fall. So am I correct that there's a passing in the fall? Or
Yes.
Okay, honey.
That's when she was born, in the fall.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And now there's also, is there a connection to the month of October or a 10th of a month?
That's when she was.
Okay.
She was born 10/9.
Oh my God! Look at her! Look at this little thing. So here's the thing too.
Oh, thank God.
She's the kind of girl.
I think about the. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, the fire. I'm watching all these protests, and I'm thinking her heart would be breaking. I'm so glad she's not here to see this because she just loves everybody.
Yeah.
And that might be her telling me, Mom, you quit worrying about everything.
Yeah. Well, she gives me a sense where there's a point where I feel like I do feel like she's encouraging you to maybe use your voice more just in your life, like maybe standing up for yourself. I think people either tend to push you over or tend to take advantage of you. So I feel like she's always trying to encourage you to, like, Mom, will you just stand up to yourself? Stand up for yourself,
Well, when you lose a child, you just really don't have a lot of...
I know. She keeps calling you Mommy, though. It's so cute, she's like, I know, Mom.
Isn't that cute?
I know. Did she, she wouldn't happen to have shaved half her head or a haircut that's wild on one side?
No. Well,
okay.
She was a beautician.
Oh, there you go. Got it. See, that makes sense then why she's doing that. Because I think she loved to create looks for people and wild looks. Like, I think one of her beautiful gifts was to help people stand out. Do you know what I'm saying?
She did.
Yeah.
And she always did.
Yes. Yeah. Do you happen to know the B initial came in? I don't know if there's a B name connected to either her or a middle name or someone in the living, like a Bethany or Brianna. Is there? I know that it's not such a common name, but can you connect a name that starts with the letter B for someone she would know or someone that's connected to her?
Well, her nickname is Ba.
Oh, there we go. Got it. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. Okay.
And nobody knew that. Very few.
Okay, yeah. Well, she's kind of trying to share it, so that's interesting. I love, one of the things about her, I don't feel like she yet had children of her own, but I think she wanted children. So am I right about this, or do we have children in the living for her
Well,
yet?
no, her daughter was 17
Okay, got it.
when she passed.
Okay, her daughter was 17 when she passed. Would you understand? Okay, yeah, because I wasn't seeing young children, but would you understand with her then, and her that daughter then is still in the living though? Am I correct with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
All right. And would you understand that daughter having a personality more like her mother?
Yes.
Okay. And then
Yes.
I think what's weird or what's interesting, I don't, and maybe she makes me, I've almost like there's a daughter on the other side with her. So maybe there was a second baby that maybe didn't come in, or she had always wanted
Maybe.
you
I
don't
don't know that
Well,
she had that, but you never know.
okay. And then you didn't happen, I'm just making sure I get this. And you didn't happen to have a baby that didn't come into the physical before her.
I did.
Okay, then
I
that's
did.
it. Okay, she's letting you know she's with that baby. That makes sense then, because she's letting you know.
Oh, for
Like,
heaven's sake.
I feel like what's interesting, she's giving me chills because I feel like you took care of her daughter, and she's saying I'm taking care of yours. So it's this kind of this beautiful
and my
thing.
mother,
Yeah.
is my mother there with her? I know she is.
Your mother is there with her. Your mother's a little more traditional. I got the name Mary. Let me just tell you, the name Mary came in. So that made me think I'm dealing with either a more traditional lady or.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard the Mary. That was my grandmother, but
okay, got it.
I didn't hear the first name you said.
That's fine. Okay, yeah. So she's okay. So we've got Mary is your grandmother, so she's there. Your mother's there. We've got your daughter, and then we've got the baby.
I knew it.
It's like a pack of women, a pack of strong women. Okay, and
always was.
And they are letting you know that they're with you. They're letting you know they're around you. Your daughter has got like real quick. One last thing. You know that thing with the it's from the war. I believe maybe World War II. I'm not 100%. Where you've got the pin up and she's got the hair thing around her hair and her arm is up like a
that's
power.
Her.
Yeah, that's what she's showing me.
That's her.
Yeah, and then one last thing,
her.
She's showing me a tattoo. So would you know if the 17-year-old got a tattoo for her mother or a connection there?
She did, yeah. Oh, yes, she did.
It wouldn't happen to be a butterfly, was it? Did it happen to be a butterfly, or do you connect butterflies to your daughter as well?
I connect the butterflies, and I think her tattoo was a flower. It's so little.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyhow, she's giving you lots of love, and lots of love to the daughter too. Okay, lots of love to the daughter.
Oh, thank you, Colby.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, she needs it. We all.
And here's the thing that's
crazy.
She's
doing so great.
And the wonderful thing is, you had this intuition, like I should call in tonight, and then look, your daughter was right. Like your daughter was. So listen to her. She says.
She said that many times.
Yeah. If you just listen to me. All right. Well, lots of love
God
to
bless
you, sweetheart.
You do a wonderful thing, and take care of yourself.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Oh, my goodness. It's so funny, Ray. I love it. All right. How about we let us do, how about 315? Hey, 315. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. This is Ann from New York.
Hi, Ann from New York. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I was wondering if my friend Brian had any messages for me.
Oh, man. Let me just see if I've got this guy right, okay? Because the first thing he shows me is just like, I think he's very comfortable in his own skin. Does that make sense? Just because he gave me this feeling of like sitting in a chair, just being like like cool. Like I feel like he's cool. Like he doesn't feel like he needs to prove himself to people. So he's got like this real, I think he had this way of bringing people together. So there's this real kind of uniqueness around him, but he's not like a hyper guy. He's an energetic guy, but not hyper, not in a nervous way. He doesn't come across nervous. He comes across more confident. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And then he gives me this sense too. My goodness, I feel like he's jumping around a lot. So I just feel like he's giving me the sense that you've done, either you like carried on his legacy or you've done something in his honor, like after his passing. So he gives me a strong feeling that you've done something for him. Have you done that? Does that make sense to you? Do you understand what this would be?
Yes, I did like an online memorial to him.
Okay, thank you. I'm just curious. Did anybody either plant a tree or do something at a tree or at a park at all for him that you would be aware of? Is there a connection that way for him?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Do you have memories of him at a park? You and him at a park? He keeps showing me him at a park, so I'm trying to sort out why he's doing that. Yeah.
I'm not too sure about parks, but
all right, maybe we'll
how about an
comment.
amusement park?
Would you understand if he did that? This is a guy, if he's going to be there, he's going to be on every ride, though. Like, this is a guy who's going to exhaust his ticket or work at one.
Sure, yep.
Okay. He also gives me this feeling where I feel like there was a strong connection to the two of you. I don't think this was just kind of an acquaintance. Like, I feel like there was a stronger bond with the two of you, because he gives me the sense of like, he felt like he could talk to you about things. He felt like he could really trust you with words he was giving. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah.
There just seems to be a bit of, I don't know. I almost feel like there's a romantic connection. I don't think you two dated, but would there have been a romantic connection? Would you understand that with him, or him having these feelings?
Yeah, because he was actually my ex-husband.
Okay, got it. So that makes sense then that you weren't, okay. Because he gives me this feeling where, I got to tell you, it's like, I know you would have been divorced, but I don't feel like he was ever fully over you. You know, like I just feel like he makes me feel like he wish he hadn't messed things up. I mean, at least he's taken blame. But he makes me feel like he's taking responsibility, because I feel like I think he always had trouble with, you know, a little bit of his immaturity around that marriage or that relationship, because he makes me feel like afterwards, you know, it's something he really lived with, but man, it was difficult for him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things. I want you to know he really, 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 truly realized you deserved better, and he really wished he had done that. So, and that's before he had transitioned. So I think, you know, I think his feelings for you never really quite changed. And I feel like he really embraced that. He appreciates, see, I think there's some bad things you could say about him. And he appreciates that you didn't. Like, he appreciates that you really were always kind and sweet to how you spoke about him. Do you know? And I feel like he wants to thank you. I do feel like he had some struggles, though. So does that make sense? Like, he doesn't, I feel like he definitely had his own kind of struggles with things. Do you understand that?
Absolutely.
Like, was it substances, or do you understand that being a part of his path? Alcohol,
a little
or
bit.
substances? Like, I think sometimes he would drink to kind of escape things. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I want to share with you, he does give me the feeling of apologizing. But okay, other than the memorial, all right, we talked about that. There's something else, though. I'm not quite, do you do you still have the wedding ring, or is there something? I know, I mean, you're like, Colby, why would I keep that? But I just feel like there's something else that you've done or that you still have of his.
No, I find a lot of dimes, and I don't know if he's the one sending
No,
them, but I do keep those.
yeah, no, that's him sending them. Let me give this one last shot. Do you have a piece of jewelry from him that maybe you still wear? Maybe it's a necklace, or there's just something that makes me feel like he's literally on you.
Okay.
So,
I do have a piece of jewelry in the jewelry box from him. I do have one left, yeah.
okay, got it. Can you just do me a favor and share with me what it is so I can try to connect to why he keeps bringing this up?
It's in the shape of a heart, and it has diamonds on one side and rubies on the other.
Yeah, okay, got it. You see, now he just gave me chills. See, and again, I just feel like, again, I want you to know that he loves you. And I want you to know that, he's going to do his best from the other side to kind of be there in a really supportive way. I know you've done a lot of work on that relationship yourself, but he also has this great appreciation for you. I think underneath it all, you guys really were friends. And so he enjoys that. But he also, I think at the end of the day, I feel like all the things you've been through, I feel like he just wants to thank you for not turning your back on him. And yeah, I mean, that necklace is yours to wear. So, you have free will, but I think he's nudging to say, wear it. But it's completely up to you, okay?
Wow.
So,
Okay. Thank
and
you so much, Colby.
yeah, he wants, that memorial you wrote is really beautiful. I mean, it really is. That was, he said you made him sound a lot better than he was. So, he's got a little bit of that sense of humor. So I want to share, I just feel like he's learning so much, and he realizes you guys had something special, and for him it was always special, and he just, there is something around the passing. He's not going too much into it, but there's definitely this kind of apology around it, okay?
Okay. I was wondering about his passing because it was sudden, and we weren't sure how it happened, so.
Yeah, it does. It just makes me feel like, just in all, maybe it's just he's not being real open about it. He makes me feel like maybe it's something for a more private occasion, but he definitely gives me a sense of, giving some apology around it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Lots of love to you, honey.
Great.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, here we go. Let us do another one. Okay, how about, I don't know, let us do 951. Hi, 951. This is Colby. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. This is Lori.
Hi, Lori. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you.
What can I do for you tonight?
I'm calling you because recently my dad has passed, and I'm just wondering if it's too soon to communicate with him, or if he's around, if he's okay.
Well, let's see how we do with it. But this feels to be definitely pretty recent, like in the last couple months. Is that right, honey?
It was actually last month in May.
Okay. So, are you okay if I try to connect? Are you in a place of being okay with it?
Funny you asked that, because I wasn't sure to call, but I thought I'd give it a try.
Well,
I'm kind of scared, but
yeah, I guess let's just here's the thing, I always trust spirit, and like I said, these calls are chosen at random. And so, it must be your dad making sure he gets through. And maybe we'll just give it a little bit and see how it goes. And if it's too much, you say, Colby, too much. Or if it's too hard to make the connection. But let's just give him an opportunity, okay? because
Okay.
I do feel like with him, he gives me the sense where I kind of feel like when he wanted things done, though, he would find a way to get them done, you know? So I think that that's why he got
Mhm.
through tonight. He's a little adamant about things, you know? And I don't really get
Okay.
the sense that he's a super soft guy. Like I'm seeing a guy who's like stands up to things. So he's not
Yeah.
a real soft, like he's a little stronger to me. Does like you know, he's like a he definitely enjoys being a man.
Yes.
Like
Yes, that is
I
my dad.
I am the man of the house is what your dad is, you
Yeah.
know? You're gonna follow my rules. Right? And he also
Yes.
gives me like and there's not a whole lot like there's not a whole lot of philosophy with your dad. Like I feel like he's got
Mhm.
opinions and then this is it. This is what he sticks to. Like you know? So he will make sure that works. And I don't feel though at the time of his passing though, I actually don't feel like his health was the best. So do you understand that part? Like
Right.
so I feel like this is a health
I
related
definitely
passing.
understand.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
Yes.
Maybe I'm misinterpreting, but did your dad drink alcohol, sweetheart, or is there a connection to drinking with your father and his liver or his organs?
No, I mean, when we were younger, he drank, but
Hmm.
I don't feel that that was a problem with him
As he was
later
older.
in life.
Okay. I feel like what's interesting, he gives me this drinking. I do feel like that maybe he's referencing it because maybe it did kind of impact his organs or his overall health, right? Because again, he's not feeling like a
Mm,
healthy guy to me, like from the inside out. Like I'm not really feeling like this is a guy
mhm.
who works out. Like I feel like his heart maybe wasn't the best and just things just don't
Right.
right. You understand? Okay. And but he also gives
Yes.
me he's got a great like he's very down to earth your guy dad like very nuts and bolts, you know? And
Yeah.
he gives me the sense where um and he's also is do you know is there anyone with a Jim or a James, maybe not him but someone in the living with a J name that you can connect to?
With a J name?
Yeah.
Well, no. Do you know of any J names? Not that I could think of right now.
Yeah, put it in. He's not changing it, so it's got to be a ja sound, like a John James ja. That's what he's giving. So, and then, like I said, so just to help you, it could be a middle name or someone connected to him, or
My
yeah,
son's middle name is James.
yeah. You know, I said James for the record, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's okay that you forget your son's middle name. Don't worry about that. No judgment.
Well, because
But
we don't call him. I mean, we don't really reference that name, so that's
yeah,
why I was like, huh. Well, there's
yeah.
my son Tyler James.
That's isn't that funny though? So that is your dad though
Yeah,
recognizing your children. So now he said children, honey. So would you happen to have more than one children? Do you have two children and you just have a son?
I just have a son, but we are trying
Oh,
to have.
daddy. Oh, yeah, look at him. Look at him just kind of diving in there, making sure we get another one in there. Well, I
Yeah.
think he likes us. Now, Noah, like, here's the thing with your dad, all right? One more thing here. Your dad loves
Hmm.
the idea of another son. I'm not going to lie. Like, he loves the idea of boys, okay? But I do feel like if we have, you know, he's like that kind of guy's guy, you know? He wants the genes to carry
Yeah,
on.
he is.
But
Yes,
he
that's how my
does,
dad is.
yeah. But he does make me feel that if we have, because I have this weird feeling it's going to be a girl. And he's like, but it's okay.
A
I'm going to
girl.
love her. Yeah, they have to let her know I'm going to love her. And then last thing, did
Oh,
your dad happen to work on cars at all? Is there a connection to your dad with mechanics or cars? Or if not,
no.
is there a memory of the car breaking down when you guys were younger, like off to the side of the road and we've got the
Oh,
car broken down?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Okay. And then he's frustrated. You know, he's got a little temper. So he gets a little frustrated trying to get
Yeah.
it fixed. Anyhow, so I feel like, he's just sitting there making sure, for whatever reason, make sure your car is okay. Like for him, that's always a big deal now, right? Let's make sure everything's okay.
Yes,
All right. So
yes.
anyhow, he comes through with lots of love to you, honey. Lots and lots of love.
Oh, thank you.
I do. He keeps saying to tell me to tell you happy birthday. And we are in June.
Oh, it's my mom.
Oh, happy birthday. Can you?
My mom, yeah, in July.
Yep.
In July.
Will you tell her he says happy birthday? Boy, they were married even when he passed away, weren't they? They were still together? Is that right? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it makes me, one thing is I think like they were very, very different. And I think she really put up with a lot. And he just says, he always admired her for how much she could. Your dad was not the easiest man, honey. I think he's lovely. Like
Aw.
he's got so much personality, and there is such goodness in him. But
Yes.
he's in his mind, he's got certain thoughts, and he just loved that your mother always stood by him and put up with him, so to speak. So, and then he also says happy anniversary. So they have to have had either a big anniversary or an anniversary coming up. So there's got to be something with that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So anyhow, lots of love to you. I hope that helped. See, that wasn't too scary, right?
No, it wasn't. Thank you.
It's okay, right? All right. And he does like your husband. So just know that.
Oh, he does like my husband. Thank you.
Yeah, he does like your husband. So he's letting you know that he gives him a thumbs up, which is a lot from your dad. And it's a lot because you're real
Yes.
quick. I got to go. He keeps talking. And this is a lot for your dad. He's not the biggest talker, right? So we got to take advantage of this. But
Right.
he lets me know, like, your husband is very, like, about equality with women and very modern kind of a guy. So it is quite the compliment that your dad likes him so much.
Oh, that's wonderful to know.
But just make sure you're raising your son to know how to fix things and how to get dirty and how to...
Yes.
All right. So lots of love to you, and you have a
Okay.
good night, honey. All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Same to you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, everybody. That is the end of our show. I'm so glad all of you tuned in and loved all the callers tonight. I'm glad we got a few in there to get those messages through. And again, thank you all so much for joining me, for hanging out, for sharing, for caring, for liking. And again, if you do enjoy this, please, find a place to leave a review. The Apple Podcast. I'm actually, it's on Stitcher, iHeartRadio. And I just want to thank all of you so much. And next week, super, super special guest, you guys. Super special. Lisa Williams is going to be on air with me next week. You do not want to miss this, okay? You do not want to miss it. So be sure to share, like, lots of love, and join me. Join me for the free intuitive workshop. Join me Tuesday night. Lots of messages, you guys. We're talking an hour and a half of messages, okay? So pay that $20. Join me online, and let's see how many we get through. Lots of love, everybody. Have a beautiful night. Talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to the Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.